else. But let me tell you, a test is just a number. It does not define who you are in any way. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I just want to say hi, I'm Jane. It is finally spring break and I'm so happy. I know a lot of you guys are new and I'm so happy that you guys subscribe to my channel, and I'm glad my videos are helping y'all. And keep on requesting because I am paying attention, and because I am trying to respond as fast as I can and give you like my honest opinions about everything. So thanks for doing that, and just continue to do that. This video today is basically like my journey with applying to college all around. I know a lot of you guys have gotten your acceptance, or I think, yeah, this is the time, and college decision day is coming soon. And so I know you guys are weighing your options currently. And I'm so happy and proud of y'all. Getting into college is such a big step and an exciting step, and now you just kind of have to choose where you want to go. So I'm going to just talk about my journey with applying to college, my kind of like where I was out academically, and then like my community service, all that. So let's get right into it. First off, junior year, if you're also like a junior or sophomore, I feel like this video pertains to you too, because I'm just gonna start from like junior year on. So basically junior year is like kind of your most important year. It's your year to like basically kick up and get all your grades that you need to, because that last semester of your junior year is the grade you're gonna send to all your colleges. And so for me, I struggled my junior year. My school particularly, they changed basically everything grading wise, and it was just a horrible mess, like horrible, but it was actually like kind of good. You could retake everything, which I don't think is the smartest idea, honestly, but tests were worth 80% and everything else was like worth 20%. So you really had to do well on your test, or you would just not do well in the class. And so I feel like that kind of helped me a lot. Knowing that, hey, like this is probably how college is going to be. I'm not going to have like a try or anything like that. So I was always in tutorials, and like they had this stupid like reassessment rule. It's just a long story. Anyways, so basically at the end of my junior year, I dropped in rank, but I was probably like I was still top 10%. And I don't know if you guys are out of staters or anything like that, but here in Texas, if you're top 10%, you're automatically admitted to any public university except UT. UT's like top 8, but like I was above top 8, so I could have been admitted to TU too. Anywho, but I applied to a lot of colleges. Like I said, I was in top 10%, so I automatically got into every Texas college that was public that I applied for. And so despite my grades, like I also volunteered a lot. I volunteered at a hospital for like 3 years. I was very involved in my church, and I love my church. Basically, I was super involved. I was in Key Club. I held officer positions. I was in student council. My freshman year, I held an officer position for a club called Docs, which is like discovering occupation, careers, and medicine. It's something like I was kind of like a founding officer, member, and all that kind of stuff. So through that, I became historian, VP, and president my junior year and stuff like that. I was in National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society. I was just basically in everything you could think of, kind of. I really liked getting involved and meeting new people, and I was in like Science UIL2 around, very busy. Senior year I also had a job, so like I was doing all of this. So then when college applications came around, let's talk about SAT and ACT, y'all. Standardized tests are not my best friends, and I feel like for some of you, it's your strong point, and that is great. Like, use that to your advantage. If you don't have like the greatest GPA and everything, make sure your community service and your test grades are up. And also, just going back to community service real quick, community service, I'm not gonna say just do it because it looks good on a college application. I mean, people do that, but please do it with something that you are passionate about and then you can stick with. And I definitely recommend that because like I volunteered at the hospital, I volunteered with my church, and I'm like very passionate about that stuff. Like I want to be a PA, so like I do things towards what I want to do, and I volunteer with things that I believe in and like I'm passionate about. So don't just volunteer to just volunteer, you know? Volunteer because, hey, you love kids, so you want to make blankets for sick kids, or hey, you want to do this because this helps the community. Stuff like that. And that's my little tidbit, because just don't do it because, or if like just don't do it because you know it's for college. Essays too for scholarships or anything like that, they want to see you're passionate. So yeah, I just want to tell you guys, please do something you're passionate doing. Community service, because honestly it's so rewarding and awesome, and I have so many stories I could talk about, like, and so many lessons that I've learned through volunteering and stuff like that. So okay, let's move into SAT, ACT. Okay, so those scores are kind of important, okay? They are, you want to do well. I'm going to be honest. I was in top 10%, and top 10% is great. I worked my butt off, but I suck at test taking. I absolutely suck at test taking. I know all the information, but strong suit, like, especially like with reading and like, I just take so long. Like, I'm a visual person, and like reading, you read it and all, but like, I don't know, I like seeing things. I like working it out, like math and stuff. I'm like science math person, but like that stuff just does not work for me. It's just, so just like studying for the test was a struggle. SAT. I took the SAT. We did PSAT. So like I knew I just wasn't gonna excel. Like my scores weren't the greatest. It sucked. Like I just knew like this is what's gonna bring me down, and it sucked. It absolutely sucked. I'm not gonna lie. But I took the SAT, and it was bad. Like bad. I got below average, you could say, for the SAT. Just, yeah, it was just, I just decided never to take the SAT again. So I decided to take the ACT. I actually felt like this test was more geared to me. Science is just like reading, like the science section and all this stuff. But I just felt like that test was so much easier for me to take. And it wasn't like you go back from one section back and forth like the SAT. It was just like you sit down and do math. You're done with math. You sit down and do this section. You're done with that section. And then like going back and forth and switching your brain from that, because that was just so tiresome. But like the the ACT was so amazing. Like I liked it so much. I took it for the first time. I did not do well. I didn't do well at all, but it was okay. I felt more confident with this test, and I didn't feel like, of course it defeated me like the first try, but like I felt like I could improve. Like, and that's always a gaining system. Find the test where you feel like you did better or you feel like more comfortable with, and stick with that test. So I stuck with the ACT. With the ACT, I basically continued taking it. I took it 3 times. Second time was my highest score ever, which was above average. But third time I got exactly the average number. So it was just like test taking is not my strong skill, but I did dual credit. I knew what hard work was. And so I hated that. Like these scores kind of determine like, hey, like you might not get into the school if you don't have this score. But I'm like, trust me, I'm taking dual credit classes at a university and I'm doing really well. I know the rigor, I know all the stuff, and it kind of sucks because you're like, I know I can do great and I can succeed, but like my test scores are saying something else. But let me tell you, a test is just a number. It does not define who you are in any way. And please let me tell you that. It doesn't tell you how smart you are. Honestly, you're smart in so many different ways. Like, it can't tell you how sweet you are. It can't tell you how kind you are. It can't tell you how creative you are. It really cannot tell you much about the person you truly are. So if you do bad and you struggle with standardized tests, don't feel bad, because I honestly felt bad for such a long time, because it just sucks. Like, I knew I'm a great student. I had awesome, like, I do well in school, but, like, these scores are telling me something else. And, I just know, like, personally, I just don't do well in a test, like, a pressure time test setting. Like, it's just not my thing. Like, but anywho, so I got very average, below average test scores on the national level. Like, I'm gonna be honest. So getting into, schools weren't difficult for me, but it was difficult in the sense of getting scholarships or getting into honors or anything like that, or even getting into particular majors, because schools, like, there was a what's it called, ACT, whatever, ACT SAT requirement, and that kind of sucks because, like, for certain majors I wanted to get into, I couldn't get into because I just didn't have the test scores, and that kind of sucks because I feel like I'm doing pretty well at A&M right now, but it's okay. Like, don't let that discourage you. You can always transfer in later. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, and you might even figure out, like, that's not even the route you wanted to take. College is expensive. So applying to scholarships was a struggle. I did the university, what's it called, scholarship application. I think I did that for A&M and like a couple of other schools. But like I said, it sucked because there was an SAT, ACT requirement for a lot of them. And I either missed the requirement by like 1 point. So it was like, I can't even apply because I missed it by 1 point. Like, this sucks. Or like 2 points. And so, like, I know, like, I could have gotten a scholarship, but my SAT and ACT scores were holding me back. So that kind of sucked. And, like, I would apply and apply. Just know there's a reason for everything. Honestly, a reason for everything. I learned that a funny way. Because even though we're applying, and I know, like, for some of you guys have talked about, like, financial aid and stuff like that, I can't really tell you the financial aid process and stuff like that personally, because everyone's, like, different. Everyone's parents make a different income and stuff like that, because I know there's a person that commented down below about that, and I couldn't really tell you much about that. But like I said in previous videos, contact your advisor coming in and tell them what's going on, and keep applying for scholarships. Like I said, anything, I set a goal for myself to make this amount of scholarships. Probably this time, spring break, I didn't even have any work. No, I didn't even know if I had any scholarships. TBH. Like, I had no idea. So I lowered my goal. Like, I halved my goal because I was like, if I can at least get half of it, then, like, that's something. Because I was so discouraged. Like, y'all, nothing was working out. I only had probably one scholarship because of a symposium I went to in the fall. So, like, it was really, but I kept applying. That's the key. Keep applying and apply and apply and apply and apply, because at some time someone's going to be like, okay, yes, you get a scholarship. Yes, your hard work, we see you. We can invest in you. So just keep doing that. And so I actually ended up making my goal at the end. I had one more scholarship and I didn't hear from them. Like, I applied like in January or something like that. And I did not hear from them until May, like mid-May. And so that was so crazy because, like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was even talking to friends and I was like, yeah, I'm really trying to apply. I'd apply during class. When class, we weren't really doing much in class, school's winding down and senioritis was definitely kicking in. I didn't personally have senioritis. But I was just applying tons, and I was asking teachers for recommendation letters, and I was doing all this stuff, and like I said, May hit around. It was like right after prom, and like it was like the first or second week of May, and I get it. I get a big letter, and it says I got a scholarship, and I'm like, wow, I just met my goal. This is crazy. I have met my goal, and I can't believe this is actually happening. And so I just say, continue to work hard, get involved as much as you can. Do stuff you're passionate about. Keep your grades up. If you're struggling or you can do better, go to tutorials, ask questions. No knowledge is everlasting. Take some harder classes. If you're in regular classes, take some AP classes, take some pre-AP honors classes, because like that helps with the rigor of what college is going to be like, to be quite honest. And a lot of my classes I took in high school have definitely helped. And even classes that I thought were pointless have definitely just like shown me what hard work's like geometry. My gosh, that class was rough. But it showed me how much hard work you have to put in for a class. Like AP Chem showed me like how much complex chemistry is and how much time you have to take at it. And now I love chemistry, when I especially hated it. Like I was getting 19s on my test in in AP Chem, but I'm doing so well here in college. So I would say just keep investing in yourself, and just when you feel like you're struggling or you're doing bad, just like know that there's an end goal and everything you're going to do is going to pay off. And just keep working hard. Keep retaking your ACT and SAT scores. If you're getting low scores, don't let that discourage you. Get in a prep class and just keep working at it. And everything will work out. And if you do not get into your dream school, there's appeal processes. And you can always transfer in later on. Or maybe you realize that school was just not for you. So I just wanted to basically talk to you guys about that. I know this is like a long video. And yeah, if you guys have any more questions specifically about anything I talked about, please leave a comment down below. And if you have any more requests or anything about this topic, please leave that down below in the comments too. If you really liked this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know to keep making more videos like this. And if you guys see me like at A&M or anything, please don't hesitate to say hi. That's basically it, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye guys!